Hello, my beauties. I feel like it's been ages since I came on here and had a little chit chat with you guys. I just been so busy, you guys. With me,
in 3/4 of a mile, turn left onto South Lincoln Street.
You know how life goes. Just being a mom, a wife, working and school. I just been so busy, so I haven't been able to just come up here and just chit chat. And
at the next stop sign, turn left.
But I want to make sure I'm on my way now to pick up my mom because I'm going on a lunch date with my mom. She's off today, so spend some time with my mommy because I am a mommy's girl at heart. No matter how old I get, I am a mommy's girl. My mom is mine.
At the stop sign, turn left onto South Lincoln Street.
Spend as much time as I can with her while she's still here. You know how a lot of times some people don't call their mothers or call their parents or check vice versa. Some parents don't call their children and check up on their children. And then when people leave this earth, then, people want to holler and cry, but it's too late when the person's gone.
In 1.4 miles, turn right onto Salem Church Road.
While they're here. But anyway, I wanted to come up here and just give my little 2 cents and my little opinion on Huntsville of Alabama's reunion. First of all, I thought everyone looked nice. I loved everyone's outfits. Tisha, Melanie.
In 1 mile, turn right onto Salem Church Road.
Nice as well. On this part 1 reunion, Tiffany and Destiny, they wasn't on part 1 reunion. They'll be on part 2. But part 1 reunion was really, really good. And one thing that I love about Huntsville, Love and Marriage Huntsville, I can really tell that all of these, people that are on this show are being genuine, and they're really sharing with us their true life. It's no filter, no lying. A lot of people these days, they love a filter. You see someone online, they look one way, and then when you see them in person, you're like, ooh, that ain't the same person I saw. That's one reason why when I post my videos, I don't put any filters or anything on it. When I post my pictures, I don't put any filters. This is supposed to be a community, a family. I want you to see all of me. All of me. We all have insecurities about certain things, but if we're supposed to be a community, a family, I want you to see all of me, no filters. But the reunion was really good. But the part that I want to jump on here and just give my 2 cents and give my opinion about is the part in the reunion where Carlos King, first of all, Carlos King, he looked nice as well. He's the executive producer of the show. And Melanie, she's a executive producer on the show as well. He pointed out a great question in the reunion, because the reunion had a lot of different topics. It was talking about, was Kimmy a side chick, which I don't even know why that even made the show. I didn't think not one time that she was a side chick. She doesn't even present herself as that type of female that she would either. She seems like she value herself way more than being anybody's side chick. But the part in the reunion where Carlos King pointed out that in the midst of a pandemic, Martell was leaving the house, leaving his wife, leaving his kids in the midst of a global pandemic when none of us knew really what COVID-19 was, where it came from, what damage it was going to cause, when so many people were dying and we didn't have an explanation as to why. or before there was a vaccine. Now they're coming out with a pill soon. Before it was anything, he was going out to see this female. And my personal opinion is, I don't think any man will risk his life, risk his family life for anybody that they didn't love. I think like this man was actually in love with this woman. And my question to you guys is, could you stay with a man if you know that his heart is with someone else just because you have children with them? Could you still stay with them just because of the sake of the kids? I know people personally in my family who have stayed in marriages where their husband, significant other, cheated on them, committed adultery. There even was some people in my family who stayed with people who had outside kids outside of the marriage. To each his own. Certain things I may put up with my husband that the next woman may not put up, but it's just certain things that I just don't think that I could put up with. When it comes with a child, I think that takes a very strong person to stay with someone who has a child outside the marriage, because that child did not ask to be here. So you still got to love that child, respect that child, and that child is going to always be there. So me looking at that child will be a constant reminder of my husband cheated on me, which I just don't think I could do it. But Carlos King basically told him, you were in love with this woman. She wasn't a side piece. She wasn't a peasant like you tried to say. I feel like you just said that because you was trying to save your marriage and not hurt your wife's feelings, but you really was in love with this woman. And then it ended off with, and he asked him, if you would have met that woman first, would you have married her? And it left off. So I don't really know what the answer is going to be. We have to tune in and wait till Saturday to hear the second part of the reunion. But that's the one part of the reunion that stood out to me. And then the other part that stood out to me, which really made me upset about Martell, how Melanie's mother, how Melanie found out about the side piece was, it was a number that kept calling Martell's number, and it was an unknown number. So she finally picked up his phone, and the side chick gonna tell her, put Martell on the phone. I didn't call your phone, I called his phone. So for her to say that to Melanie, he must have made her feel content, made her feel like she was something special. Because if you want to be, to all the side pieces out there, if you want to be a side piece, you need to know your place. You need to know your position. You need to know your position, that you are number 2 and I'm always going to be number 1. Okay? So for her to have the audacity to call that woman phone and to say what she said, he must have made her feel like she was that special, that she had that type of authority where she could do that. And basically, Mel was very upset. Her mom called Marceau, because she knew that they were all friends, to see if he can calm, Melanie, not just Melanie, get in contact with either one of them to try to calm her down, to try to smooth the situation down. And so he did his part as a friend. They met each other in the Chick-fil-A parking lot, and they was just talking, and he said, let's just go somewhere for drinks, let's calm down, because she was upset. I can imagine if another female called my husband's phone and I answer and she say, put blah blah on the phone, oh whew, it's gonna be trouble. But he had the nerve, the audacity to say that, or insinuate like Marceau had a thing for Melanie, which I'm really glad that Melanie basically kicked that out the way. It seemed like Martell always just trying to push the blame on other people, instead of taking the blame for himself. But those were just like the parts that stood out to me. Go and watch it if you have Hulu and different stream services. You can still see it. You can even see it on YouTube as well. It's on YouTube. as well for those of you who don't have cable. But you know it's on OWN. So tune in to OWN this Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Part 2 will be on there. But it was really good. But I just wanted to just come on here and just chit chat with you guys for a second, because I didn't speak to you in a while because I've been so busy. But I got to start back, being regular on here at least once or twice a week. This allows me sometimes to just chit chat with you throughout the day. But I just want to just say hey to my beauties, and if no one's told you today, I love you and hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday, and know that I love you, but God always loves you first. Bye, beauties.